بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسوله الكريم والعاقبة للمتقين أما بعد. Respected brothers and sisters, today alhamdulillah we had completed the 17th juz, and in this juz we had completed Surah Al-Anbiya, Surah Al-Hajj, and quite a few things are being addressed here, where first and foremost Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala draws our attention to the fact that many a times we are heedless of the hereafter, we become totally unmindful of the hereafter, and the hereafter is not something that's really on top of our list of things to pay attention to. But what happens is we become distracted by all our surroundings. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He addresses this by saying, اِقْتَرَبَ لِلنَّاسِ حِسَابُهُمْ وَهُمْ فِي غَفْلَةٍ مُعْرِضُونَ. Interestingly here, when He's talking about this, and I'll just translate, He says that the reckoning for the people has drawn close, and they're just in heedlessness, they're just totally unaware, and they're turning away from this. And interestingly, He doesn't pinpoint a specific community, and He's not even focusing on any faith group. He's basically talking about every single person, linnas, all the people. So in general, people are not paying attention to the hereafter the way it deserves to be paid attention to. And that's something that we really need to reflect over when it comes to ourselves, let alone other people. Okay, we reflect within, and we actually ask ourselves, that how serious am I of that day when I have to depart from this world? How serious am I of that day when I have to stand in front of Allah one-on-one? How prepared am I to actually receive Jannah from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and be spared from Jahannam? Have I made the right effort? This type of reflection is something I would ask all of us to do on the daily basis before we go to sleep. Before we go to sleep, let's take an account of ourselves and see what we have accomplished today. Have I progressed or have I regressed? Have I made my akhirah or am I breaking my akhirah? And the more we're going to ponder over this, the more we're going to give it thought, then the more serious we will get about it. It's really not that complicated, but that's the reality. We'll become more and more serious about it. There's one book I've been recently reading, it's called How Successful People Think. And when it comes to thinking, it's all about the art of thinking, and here it's training you how to try and focus on attaining your dreams, material success. The thing is, at the end, you have to think. Everyone thinks. Now, how do you optimize that thinking and zoom in on the very thing that you feel is going to be, your road to success, whatever that may be? Our road to success is the teachings of Allah and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and our goal is the hereafter. If there's anything that we need to optimize our thinking over, it is the hereafter. So one of the things that we don't want to do or don't want to become is heedless. We just can care less. It's not really that important. And the last thing we want to do is turn away. وَهُمْ مُعْرِضُونَ مَا يَأْتِيهِمْ مِنْ ذِكْرٍ مِّن رَبِّهِمْ مُحْدَثٍ إِلَّا اسْتَمَعُوهُ وَهُمْ يَلْعَبُونَ. Like every time they receive new information, new verses are being presented to them. They're being exposed now to the messages of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They listen to it and then they're not serious about it. Okay, it's the same thing we hear all the time, so what's there to become serious over? Okay, so this is something that really Allah is addressing in the Quran. They hear new stuff, new material, new verses are being presented to them. They do listen to it, but then they just brush it off. وَهُمْ يَلْعَبُونَ لَاهِيَةً قُلُوبُهُمْ. Okay, their hearts are totally unmindful. Okay, وَأَصَرُّ النَّجْوَى الَّذِينَ ظَلَمُوا هَلْ هَذَا إِلَّا بَشَرٌ مِثْلُكُمْ أَفَتَأْتُونَ السِّحْرَ وَأَنْتُمْ تُبْصِرُونَ. And basically they start having, now Allah is focusing on the community of the time of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They would engage in private conversations and they would say, this guy is just a human like you people. If he is now putting on a magic show, you're going to go to it and you're going to actually consider it to be real. أَفَتَأْتُونَ السِّحْرَ وَأَنْتُمْ تُبْصِرُونَ. So what we don't want to do is brush off any of the new information we hear about Allah and His Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but rather as Muslims we want to embrace. That's what we want to do. We want to embrace, and we make the intention that if today I am unable to act upon this, tomorrow I will try to act upon it, inshallah. At least this much we can all do. Okay, we're all weak, myself included. Okay, there's many areas of the Sharia that we're not acting upon. Not a problem. As long as we've made this goal that I want to be just like the Sahaba radiallahu ajma'in. I want to implement the lifestyle of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We've made that an actual goal, a real goal that we want to work towards, and we are now taking steps towards it, whether it's baby steps or whatever steps it may be. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows the efforts that we are making. He appreciates that, and inshallah we will be rewarded accordingly, inshallah.